do you know anything about the trucks? Do you know anything about the trucks on Tuesday? Do you know anything about that?
Well, Dougal told me briefly that these truck drivers went on strike and blocked the harbour bridge or something, right? Something like
Yeah,
that?
something like that. They're going to be, and even I don't have all the details on this, but I do think it's great that they're doing it because these trucks have been effective in France. This same truck concept has been effective in the United States. So basically, what they do is they let you know more than a week ahead of time. It's not like the government where they're like, "Oh, we're going in lockdown at 8 p.m. Get your shit together, go home." It's not like that. So with them, they're giving us a week's notice so we can go and stock up and do what we need to do. And then what they're going to do is they're going to hold the government to ransom, essentially, and oppose the government. And through that system, it's completely possible that we could be winning back. It's next Tuesday, 31st at 9 a.m. Thank you, Pissy. Yeah, and so that could be a really good thing. Do you approve of that sort of thing when people like go to those sorts of lengths? Because we don't have guns. We can't sort of stop government tyranny because we gave our guns up in 96, 95, 96. Anyway, we gave our guns up, and so we need to come up with creative ways to oppose the government. And I think that's kind of smart. What do you reckon?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, if people are angry enough to do, like, put together any sort of rebellion or protest or strike or send a message to the government in that big a way, obviously what they have to say is important. And obviously they've had no success in kind of getting their message across in any other way.
Yeah.
And that's, you know, a reflection of how bad the state of their circumstances are. So I think it's good, and all of those things should be allowed, you know, even like the lockdown protests and all of that. If people are angry and they don't see any change happening, then they're going to go to big, great lengths to show their point. And so they should be allowed to do that and not face consequences if they're doing it kind of like, you know, safely and calmly and peacefully.
Yeah, exactly. If you think about it in a weird way, I was thinking about this while you were talking, actually. I didn't even think of, I've never said this out loud, and literally the thought just came to me. We're living in an exciting time because if you think about it, before us, our parents lived through, I don't know, I'm not good at age, I'm not good at estimating age, but there was like the moon landing, if you believe that happened. There was the Depression before that. There was the Cold War, there was the Holocaust. There were all these great events in history that we know nothing about. We haven't lived through them. This is that moment for us now. We're living through something really major in history. And so, like, you know, when we're grandchildren, I don't even know if you can have children now. You might be sterile.
Who knows?
The thing is, it's only you that I could say this to. I couldn't laugh about that with anyone. I'm so sorry. But no, honestly, I'm going to pray over you and I'm going to hope to God that like what I'm saying is all wrong and that like I want to be wrong. I want to be wrong about every single thing I'm saying. But I can't help but read into studies that show that. But anyway, yeah, it's kind of crazy that we're living in this era. It's a historical event that if we overcome it, we can be like, I was there. I was standing with with the truckies thing. I'll be working next week. I'll be working most of the month. I know that you know. I don't know if everyone else watching knows. I work casually, so it's sometimes like I can't. Anyway, all of this current month I'll be working. So I can't go. But basically, they're doing a silent standstill. So if you're not a truck driver and you want to participate, you go outside your MP's building. You go outside your MP's building in silence, and that's it. You just stand outside there in silence. So if a cop engages you, you ignore them. Because the second you talk to them, they can get your name, they can get a whole bunch, and you'll feel compelled to speak. You'll get anxious. You can either do that or you can say something like, I will not enter into this contract with you and I do not consent. You have to say that 3 times and then they have to leave you alone or you walk away. It's better to just not talk to them because then you get forced. But anyway, if you want to defend Australia, the funny thing is you can be vaccinated, which you are now, and still do all that stuff. It doesn't make you, it doesn't exempt you from that. And I think some people think that the vaccinated are like, oh my God, just get vaccinated. Who gives a shit? You don't know what goes into a hot dog. So what does it matter? It's like, no, some vaccinated people still feel the same way. They just have chosen to do it for their own reasons, although poorly researched.
Yep. Guilty.
Guilty, yes. I love that you know that. But yeah, anyway, so for those of you out there who aren't working on Tuesday, you can stand outside your MP's buildings from 9 o'clock in the morning in silence with other people. It's kind of like a sit-in, only you're standing outside, and I think that's a great way to show support to our truckies.